You will get hung up on a minor detail, and that will derail you. So I got two examples. One of those examples is my brother. Love my brother to death. My brother's a cop, and he's been doing that forever. He's really good at that. Like, I couldn't be a cop. I'm a scaredy cat. Like, I love watching cartel stuff and murder stuff, but I'm comfortable right here. I'm not for that. He's good at that. And because of his job, he works like 3-4 days, and then he has 3 days off. And so I get into this, start making money, and I'm like, dude, like, bro, get into this. I'm like, just like, go build some sites, whatever, right? I'm like, I want you to do this as well. And you can do it. And then the days you're not working, you don't have to be tied to the clients. He gets in, I call him like, I don't know, a couple weeks later. I'm like, bro, what's the latest, dude? And guys, I gave him the niche, and like, he's my brother, right? He's my blood. So I'm like, I'm telling him the niche. I'm like, dude, I researched the city's good. I'm giving him all kinds of ideas. I'm like giving him my tools. Like, I'm like, dude, I just want him to succeed. Call him a couple weeks later, and I'm like, dude, what's the latest, man? Did you did you get a site going? Did you pick whatever? And he's like, dude, like, he's like, I know this sounds lame, but he's like, I just keep getting hung up on the niche. And guys, he's very much the type where if he buys something on Amazon, he would look at every review. There's 500 reviews, he'd read all of them. And he would then look at all the comparables. And he's like, I'm just hung up on the niche, man. And I'm like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? I gave you the niche. I gave you the city. Shit, I got a client in mind that you could call. And he's like, okay, whatever. He's like, I know I need to do it, right? Year goes by, nothing. Calls me. He's like, dude, I'm gonna do this. Let's go. Let's get back in. What are your passwords to your tools? Again, he's like, this time it's real. Gets a desk, puts it in his house. A couple weeks later, I call him like, bro, what's up, man? What are you doing? What'd you get? Same freaking story. No money coming in, nothing. Got hung up on the niche. Second example, in my program, on my calls at the end, I thought, you know what? I want to add some tremendous value to this group that you can't get anywhere else. And I thought, what is the most valuable thing in the world to me? What is the most valuable thing I could give them? And the thing that's most valuable to me is my time. And I was like, what would your time be worth? If somebody said, hey, can I buy an hour of your time? If somebody messages me today and says, I'll buy an hour of your time for $1,000, I will tell you to fuck off. Okay. I'm not going to trade my time for dollars. Okay. Period. I'm not in that business. That's the thing that I value the most. So I'm going to give that 30-minute coaching sessions completely free. I just said at the end, I'm going to choose one person at random. You're going to get a 30-minute coaching session. Right. And the reason I do that is because I want people to get on the lives. And the reason I want them to get on the lives is because I want them to get the information so they can go get deals. And the reason I want that to happen is because then I can interview them in this group. And then you guys can see the deals that we're getting. And then I think you get the point. Anyway, I connected with this guy, and I'm not going to share his name, but he was super cool. He shared in the group what he learned from our call. But I get on the phone and I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? What's the deal? He's like, yeah. And he dives right in. He's like, so I got to ask you on the due diligence process. And then he goes on, he starts ripping, and then he goes, and then GMB rankings, and he starts asking me about ranking GMBs and the due diligence. And I'm like, okay, let's pause. Okay. I said, I'm going to answer those questions. I told you I'd answer any question. I don't care if you ask me about whatever. I don't care. I'll answer it. But before I do that, let me ask you this. How many people have you got on a Zoom call? None. Okay. How many people have you got hooked? Have you got on trial? And I think it was like 1 or 2. Okay, I'm like, look, dude, I'm going to answer those questions because they're good questions, but you're asking the wrong questions. You are literally asking me, I'll try not to swear, but you're asking me about the fucking GMB. Are you serious? You're asking me about the GMB. That does not make you money. We're not doing pay per lead. That does not make you money. And he was asking me about citations or ranking. I don't even know what it was. I said, look, dude, you're missing the point. You're getting hung up on the GMB and you're getting hung up on this thing and that thing and all this due diligence, whatever, right? That is in the training. And it was a question that was already answered. I just needed to clarify. You're missing the point. And he's been in, and I'm like, dude, I've been in for a couple of weeks, man. What's going on? And I very quickly identified, dude, you're not doing the thing. You're getting hung up on this little micro detail that doesn't freaking matter. Stop. You will get hung up on something very stupid. You can't pick a niche. You can't figure out the form on Weebly. You can't figure out the Beaver Builder on WordPress. You can't figure out how to get CallRail going because you live in Australia. I'm telling you guys, you think I'm joking? These are the things that are hanging people up. And guess what it leads to? It leads to inaction, and inaction over a period of time leads to quitting. I'm telling you guys, these are the most simplest things ever. That is the third thing I've seen that hangs people up. It's something very ridiculous and stupid, or this. Yeah, I just want to make sure to get all my processes in place, and I want to get my VA, and I got to get whatever, and then I'm going to go all out, and I'm going to get all my lists built. It's like, dude, just do the thing. Just do the freaking thing.